Hey, Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. So, how do you
Good.
like our new video?
Love it. Thank you so much. I'm even more excited to get curious than usual on this Friday. So
Okay, it's so nice, and it's a nice Friday actually.
yeah,
Lots of things are happening around the world, and I think it's the perfect Friday. It's the
yeah,
perfect storm.
yeah. And it's June, right? So I think
Yeah,
people
it
are
is.
yeah. There's a little more sunlight out there, and well, in Colombia, that's right. And in Colombia, you have kind of consistent sunlight, right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this is the first time that I'm wearing my coat for the for the
Yeah,
talk.
nice, nice. Yeah.
So, Matt, today's topic is really nice. It's an interesting one. Of course, every single one is very interesting. But today's topic, I think, it's really relevant
Hmm.
because now, and it's not just today. Over the last years, many people have been talking about entrepreneurship. But how this thing will affect us if
Hmm.
we think, or if we just get into this question that bring us here today. That it's what if everyone in our or in your organization was an entrepreneur. So, what do you think about this topic today, Matt?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think a lot about this topic
Okay,
today.
that's
Uh,
really nice.
and it's very curious because the reason why is, we both do a lot of work privately, like with different organizations. And one of the things that many of the early calls, what are you looking to do? How can we help? Blah blah blah, right? One of the things I've been hearing from multiple clients over the past, say, 2 or 3 months, post COVID, or at the end of, is how do we get our employees to act like entrepreneurs? Or sometimes they even use that magic word now. Some people have been using for a while, but the intrapreneurs or intrapreneurship, right? So they're contacting me to do what if, but what if around intrapreneurship, or let's do like a hackathon, or like let's do something like entrepreneurs do, but we'll do it for our employees, right? So and I just bring that up because no one really knows the answer just yet, but there's a lot of people searching or asking this question, I should say. So when we were discussing what question for this week, I got extra excited about it because this is something I've been hearing from a lot of different places. And I was wondering if you, and I've got a whole list of questions to approach, but I was wondering if you've heard the same, if you've heard maybe an uptick in people or organizations asking for like entrepreneurship training, even if they don't want their employees to become entrepreneurs, they want them to think or act like them, right?
Yeah, actually, I do,
Mm-hmm.
and not just here in South America, specifically here in Colombia, but as
Mm-hmm.
well in Central America and
Mm-hmm.
in other parts of South America. I will include Argentina and Chile and Ecuador and
Mm-hmm.
Peru. That are some places that I heard for sure that concept. But I think one of the main reasons that maybe have arise this the awareness of this concept in companies, it's maybe that over the last 6 months, many countries, and specifically developed economies
Mm-hmm.
and economies in the development, uh, we are all really worried about the restart our economies,
Mm-hmm.
and when you think in terms of the past, and when you think in terms of how we have done things in the past,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and you get to realize that now you have to restart the company, restart the economy in
Mm-hmm.
a really fast pace that totally changed the game.
Yeah.
You have to change the game in the way you think about your own company.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe because the entrepreneurship has been so solid
Mm-hmm.
and very well proved the benefits of working with entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some companies they are thinking, "Oh my God, what's the fastest way? What's the
Yeah.
fast track?
Yeah.
Do we have a fast track to restart the economy? Maybe we have tons of thousands of employees in our companies. What if we make them think or act as entrepreneur? And this is something that, yeah, that you just said, that I took note of this, is maybe many people are thinking, okay, what if our employees act as entrepreneurs?
Hmm.
But I will add something. Uh, what if our employees actually become entrepreneurs? Just not just act as,
Yeah.
but maybe you can become an entrepreneur. And yeah,
I
many
think that's a
people
more
is
interesting question. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah,
sorry
many
to
people is
interrupt. I
asking
just
the same.
wanted to say I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and as well, not just at the private level, but
Hmm.
as well, I do some services, and I'm a consultant for the government as well.
Hmm.
And in the government, they are thinking as well. Okay, my God, how do we become entrepreneurs in terms of changing the way the government works? But
Hmm.
yes, the short answer is yes. Many people are is thinking about this concept.
And it's interesting you bring that up too, kind of towards the end, because when I mentioned some of the clients, some of my clients are also educators at different levels. And even they are asking, like, how do we, and you see this a lot, like they don't need me or you to teach them. There's a lot of educators who are already kind of stumbling on entrepreneurship, or, at least trying to teach it, or try to, become edupreneurs, or, do things. But it is interesting that, at any level, or not any level, I should say, any sector, any field, this demand to think, or I like what you're saying, to not just think, but to actually be entrepreneurs, is only increasing. So yeah, yeah, I'm very interested. Yeah, yeah. So it's an interesting topic, and I'm also wondering, what it's going to look like. Like, how are we going to deliver this? Like, we have this demand, and like what you said is why I got excited. I had to interrupt you. You're talking about not just how to think like entrepreneurs, because we can talk about, like, hey, entrepreneurs, they're problem solvers, and they follow processes, they work well remotely, and all of these other things. But what you're saying is, I would imagine, if you really think about it, could be scary to an executive, or a business, or a corporation, or a school, or a university. So I really want to drill down and explore it. You're talking about, what if everyone actually became an entrepreneur? And I'm curious, when I'm talking about how someone could see that as being scary, right? That means, hey, what if then I lose all of my best employees, right? Instead of being my top employee, or the manager of this project, she's off running her own $1 million $1 billion company, or even something that's not, that much, but gives her more flexibility in her free time, or something else. And they can be afraid that they're going to lose all their most motivated, or skilled workers. How would you respond to that? I'm just curious. Yeah.
First question, that this is one of the purposes of our shows, is
Yeah.
just to create more questions from
Yeah.
the starting question. First question will be: are you ready to face what having lots of entrepreneurs in your company actually
Right.
means?
Yeah.
Are you ready to manage entrepreneurs?
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you know how to manage an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Because that's a different story. Maybe you are an entrepreneur yourself,
Yeah.
because yeah, you were you was the guy 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago, starting your own company.
Yeah.
But for one moment, try to think. Now, uh, yourself, the you of the past, it's present in 100%, in 100 people,
Yeah.
or maybe don't get
Well,
too scary, in 5 guys
yeah.
that you are working with.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe some of them will leave the company.
Hmm.
What if not? If
Hmm.
actually they are they have the entrepreneur feelings and the entrepreneur spirit
Hmm.
in themselves, but they stay.
Hmm.
Are you ready
Well,
to handle? Are you ready to have the talk?
yeah.
Is that's the time of a question that, okay, what actually means
Yeah.
to be an entrepreneur?
Well,
It's not just having a company.
yeah.
It's a way of thinking. It's a way of
Of
acting.
acting.
It's a way of beliefs. It's
Yeah.
a way of acting towards the future and not
Yeah.
just the next quarter. So it totally changed the game, and of course, it's a very good tool.
Mm.
But yeah, what are the questions I know
Well,
that you have many questions, Matt.
yeah, I've got a
What
lot
are-
of other questions, but it just made me listening to you also made me think how important it is for like the executives and the leaders to fully embrace this and know what they're getting into, because there are benefits, but it is a little bit it's a little bit like the difference between like going to the zoo and enjoy watching the monkeys at the zoo, right? And then bringing a monkey to the office and trying to keep it at your
yeah,
office, right? Because if you're not truly prepared to have an office full of entrepreneurs, it could be kind of it may not be what you're looking for, right? So I just want to put that out there that it's a really good thing, but you also have to be fully committed to it, right? Because like what you were talking about is entrepreneurs are different. Yeah, they don't always a lot of times they look for the quickest you know the quickest distance between point A and point B, right? Or they're outside of the box thinkers, as we like to say, or they take again they don't take risks, but they take things that they think they can accomplish. They take calculated risks, right? They do all these things that typical good workers don't do, right? A lot of times they're the bad students, right? Or they don't pay attention. I mean, they do a lot of these other things, and it's not that it's all, the people bringing entrepreneurs to the organization, it's important that they fully know what they're getting into, right? And how to manage it, because you can't have a monkey in the office, but you just need to know, like, when to feed it. You need to know where to put it, right? You need to know what you can do and what you can't do. And you've got to know if it's what you truly want. But if you do, who knows? It could be fun, right? But it
yeah,
just made me laugh listening to you talking, because I was thinking, like, if you get a lot of entrepreneurs, if you're not ready for it, it could be terrifying. Yeah.
yeah. It could be terrifying, and when you are terrified about something, you have two options.
Mhm.
You will freeze
Yeah.
yourself, and you will be like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And everything will be happening in front of your eyes, or you can get involved in that conversation
Hmm.
and work with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the one thing that I've been saying to my customers and the companies that I'm consulting, it's
Hmm.
okay. If you are calling the troops, don't be afraid when they are here. Because oh my God, yeah, you are calling. Oh my God, yeah, let's
Yeah.
revive this
Yeah.
entrepreneurial spirit that we've been hiding for us for the last 20 years. Are
Yeah.
you ready
Hmm.
for that type of thinking to awaken your company? So
Hmm.
okay, maybe you are scared, but now you have to work with them. Let's get ready, not just to work with them,
Hmm.
but this is something very important, to change
Hmm.
the way you are working yourself, because the most likely scenario, you will have to upscale some areas and downsize another ones.
Hmm.
You'll have to be able to remove a lot of friction from the administrative process
Hmm.
and have trust in
Hmm.
the innovation side of the company,
Hmm.
because the way entrepreneurs actually work is a lot of testing and testing and testing and testing and testing and testing and doing tests. If you remember when you were in high school, it destroyed things.
Hmm.
And that cost money. But at the end, it's not just having a totally and freaky control about the every cent that is spent in every single experiment, but have the trust in your people that
Hmm.
at the end they will have the answer to the project that they are facing
Hmm.
as a team. That's another story. Is not just having entrepreneurs, is how do you act with
Hmm.
entrepreneurs. And
I
one
like that.
one
Yeah.
thing that is very important that I will restate that you said before is not everybody is leaving the company and creating another
Yeah. Yeah.
one. Maybe you want people, on the most likely scenario is that you want people acting as an entrepreneurs
Mhm.
inside of your company. And now you have to, of course, to get to know and be able to understand what do they want.
Mhm.
But the most important thing is, why do they want what they want, as employees or partners in your company.
Yeah. No, I like that. Always back to the why. Why do they want it? Yeah. And and I guess too, it's some of the other questions I had is like I'm trying to go beyond. Sometimes I'll put down my first couple questions, and I'll think, all right, those are the obvious ones, so don't ask those. And I want to try to get different questions. But like when I first heard this question, I was thinking about like unpacking. Well, what is an entrepreneur, and then kind of looking for the qualities of those. So even if you don't want to fully commit, like even if you don't want to bring the monkey to your office, right? You could at least get a partial, a part way, a bridge, if you will, in this, where you could at least dissect or pull apart what are the qualities of an entrepreneur that you as a decision maker, that you as an executive, you as an administrator, even you as a teacher who wants your students to act like entrepreneurs. Even if they're not, what are at least the basic qualities, the three core qualities, right? And then once you can identify what those are, then maybe you can look for other ways to instill those qualities in your workers. Again, maybe you don't have to go full entrepreneur, right? Maybe you don't have to go all the way. Maybe you don't have to, commit to, like I was saying, like the internal hackathon. Maybe this is something you can do almost overnight, right? You could sit down and what are these three qualities and then go, all right, we're going to make sure that we instill these qualities in everything from our daily meetings to our communications to whatever we do together. Yeah. And then but another question I had is what if not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur, right? Or because we're talking about the monkeys, right? Well, what if some people are just pumas, right? Like what if you like entrepreneurs are monkeys, and some people are, they're big cats and they're never going to be a monkey. Like it, I think my wife, I don't think would ever want to be an entrepreneur, and I don't think I'd ever want to be a doctor, right? So this is an interesting. And I like to ask hard. I mean, it's still a good question that we're talking about, but I like to go to the extreme and say, well, what if everyone in your organization can't be not can't's a bad word. It's not in their personality, or they don't want to, or it doesn't fit who they are. What do you? I got thoughts, but I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I think the way to go in
Mhm.
this situation, and actually is the reality. Not
Mhm.
everybody is equal in a company, and not even people working in the same unit or the same area.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that it's common to places, and it's common to humankind, and it's the curiosity. uh, Once you get to understand that everybody is curious about something,
Mhm.
and at some point of our life we are curious about, I will say, equal stuff. But when we are growing, we get curious about different stuff.
Mhm.
And when you have people in your company, uh, and you are promoting entrepreneurship, one of the things that actually you have to do at the first place,
Mhm.
it's to promote curiosity. It's okay, we are in this situation, we don't know how many possible outcomes we might have if we act in this perfect strategic planning. But for sure, we know that we want to grow, that we want
Mhm.
to expand the company, and but we don't know the answers.
Mhm.
Actually, we don't know how to
Mhm.
get there. But letting the people express themselves and express their own curiosity
Mhm.
about the process that they are doing without all the friction of the craziness of standard and perfect procedures
Mhm.
might be a good way to start, not just to promote entrepreneurship, but as well to find in people or in persons that never think themselves as an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
with the blood of a real entrepreneur, because they are
Right.
very curious about some stuff. They are very curious about, okay, why in the world I have to do this thing this way? Sorry, boss. What if we change the way we are doing this in from these three steps to just one? What if
Mhm.
we decrease the level of friction that we are putting in our customer? What if we change the way that we are collecting the money? What if we change the way that we are collecting the receivables?
Yeah.
Uh, I would say the first advice that I will say is try to promote curiosity.
Mhm.
Curiosity is the mother of the invention, is the mother of innovation. And then you will have a grandson
Mhm.
that is the cash flow, you know? It's not the other way.
No.
If you're thinking the other way, that you have to create the cash flow, and then on the cash flow, you have the money to be very innovative, and now you have time to be curious. No,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. You're going the wrong path. And this is very important, and this is why we have this program and these shows, that
Mhm.
is everything is based in the what if method.
Yeah.
And the first step, I think, is promote curiosity.
Yeah.
And in the curiosity, maybe you will find, oh my God, yeah, we don't have entrepreneurs in our company, but at least
Mhm.
we were curious about things and we changed many stuff in our company. That's my thinking. What's yours, man?
No, I love that. I love it. And if I hear you correctly, you're saying that entrepreneurship is the promoter of curiosity, right? So even if you say I'm not an entrepreneur, that's fine, because the real purpose is about this infusion of curiosity into your organization from the workers up, right? From the individual up. And so, yeah, again, as you covered here as well, as there's a space for curiosity. Your answer was perfect. Yeah. And going back to the animals, because I still got monkeys on my mind. The thing
Yeah.
is, the monkeys and the pumas could be different, but they're both curious, right? So the focus here isn't necessarily the curious. I mean, if the entrepreneurship is awesome, but really it's an avenue to not just explore curiosity, but demonstrate how they can use curiosity in their day-to-day activities at work or beyond work. So yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah, that's a good question, Matt. Yeah, we've been here. Oh my God, it's 23 minutes.
yeah. Well, wow.
So, yeah, but yeah, of course, we can have a lot of questions and additional questions about this topic. But one final thought from my end,
Yeah.
it's that in this moment that we are living in our world. Maybe you will be watching this video in 2023 or in 2025, but just to get the framework, we are in June 2021,
Mhm.
and the world is recovering from the COVID thing, and everybody is fighting so hard to restart or reboot the economies
Mhm.
that we might get lost in the process, because nobody
Yeah.
in present years have been here, and nobody has the answer. But I'm totally confident that the answer will be behind the curiosity. So basically, the first step is promote the curiosity in your people. Let themselves be themselves and not just the people that have been working with you over the last 10 years, but the real person that they are. The people with curiosity, with needs. Promote the curiosity. Don't be afraid about that, because the curiosity is the mother of everything, is the mother of ourselves, is the reason that we walk, it's not just it's
Exactly.
not just it's not just a crazy concept. No,
Yeah.
it's the reason that we are able to walk straight. um those are my final thoughts.
No, I love them. Yeah, it's a transformative force. I love everything you do about curiosity, and I'm very thankful for these Friday conversations to get curious with you, and really excited to keep doing it. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And just remember that if you are watching this video, just subscribe to our channel. If you're looking this in Facebook, in What If Curiosity of Facebook, just click on follow the account. And if you happen to watch this video on YouTube, just don't be afraid. Just click here and subscribe to the YouTube. And every Friday, we'll get together just to get curious.
Thanks.